need to test this power meter. So basically it's a wall power meter, Wi-Fi power meter. It could be Wi-Fi controlled, turn on and off switch as well, plug as well, and also has the power meter capability. And we will compare to our self-made power meter box. You can also order already pre-made boxes that are available by the meter box. I'll post link down in description below where you can order the actual box with all the parts, or you can get your own parts and assemble one. So I'll be just putting together this one and just for this video so we can test it out and see if there is a difference in the reading between this Wi-Fi power meter and this power meter box. So let's put it together and let's get it started. Alright, so let's review what I've done to this meter box. So basically I have this 520 plugs that designed for 20 amp, 120 volts. I have the wire coming out from this 12-3 cable, and I have the black wire going to hot, white going to neutral, the ground wire green, and also power connected to this power meter, which is white going to this side and the black going to this side of the load side. I guess that's what they wanted, but I guess it doesn't matter. So, well, let's put it inside the box, plug it in, and let's start the mining on this ice river. Meter plug, okay, Wi-Fi controlled. So we have basically close to, why do we have power rating half a watt. So we are using basically this device using almost 0.4, 0.39 watts, I guess, power consumption just for the power meter. So if you're using power meters, just keep in mind you're using a little bit of electricity. So we have the discrepancy here on reading. We have 106 watts on the power meter box, and we have 107 watts. I hope you guys can see. Let's switch the. See, it's 107 watts over there. 106. So there is 1 watt difference between these two readers. My guess is always you have a little bit higher reading, the one that closer to the power, where the power comes out, because all the coming through extension cords and stuff, could be a drop of voltage, but there is no drop voltage because this wire is pretty short. So I'm not sure. We could try switching and plug this meter just directly here and then connect to power supply, see if there's any difference here. Let's just try it out just for this video. Alright, so I switch the power meter and power meter plug places. So I basically connect this power meter right after the box. And now we can see that this power watt is showing less than on power meter box. It's slightly, but also almost a watt difference, maybe half a watt. So this one showing, sorry about reflection, 107 watts, and this one slightly, you could see like by 0.7, 0.6 watts more on the one that closer to the power connection. Okay, so always you're gonna have if you have inline couple of those meters, so the first one closer to the power source will always show a little bit higher wattage than the one at the device, because the some of the usage goes to the wiring, which is kind of weird, but that's the way it works probably. And your actual consumption closer to the power, as close as possible to your power outlet or to your breaker actually. So alright, so let's review what we can get for with the meter MeterBox website, you can go to meterbox.com, and they have a great options there. There is already MeterBox made with a nice print on it, and also you can purchase some of this already Red Panda, Voscoin, Octaminer, and Coastal Box set, which are custom made. So if you like those, they're actually discounted with all the options, or you can get the all 4 collection set that it's even better discount. I guess you can order this voltmeter separately, I guess, plugs, power cords, and stuff like that. So there are a bunch of options here, jumper cables. So you see like there everything you can set. But I think the price wise, I mean, if you like the cool stuff, I would really recommend to go and buy that sets, because you can buy that here ready to go with all the components kits for $109, or you can get one that already with a great discount, like you're gonna buy for $74 the full ready-made box with all the stuff that you need. Now let's take a look what I spent on my box. So I ordered dual set, which is $32.99. That's $16.50. Let's say $17. Then we're gonna add the box, which is $18.65. So let's say $26, and then we have another $4 for the plug I ordered. That 30, and we have the cover that 32 and some cents. Obviously we stack, so we'll round it up to 32 because I add up some cents already. So $32 you can get that box made yourself. Now let's take a look on my components. I have the box there. Obviously you may need to plug or use some different box. I just was on the budget, made like what's the cheapest I could make, right? Now it doesn't mean that it's a bad parts. I use a pretty good parts. It just, this plug is designed for configuration for 120 volts. So obviously you're gonna need to use correct plug if you're using 240 volts. And I'm okay with this because I purchased so many cables that it's just like that, and it designed for 120 volt outlet, although I use on 240 volts because it's really rated, the wire rated for 240 volts, so there is no really big issue. It just designed the plug is required for 120 volts plug configuration of this vertical and horizontal position of these contacts. So really you should do is use this, which is a little more expensive, and that's designed for 240 configuration if you really want to be correct. Or you can buy some of those 30 amp or this 30 amp plugs that it's lockable, so you could use that as well. So it's pretty nicely industrial grade, but obviously the price it's slightly higher, so you'll spend another $10 or $12 extra if you really want to be concerned about like connection to be really at 30 amp rated. Then you can use your 10 gauge wire and stuff like that. So you can also have another option. You can have a dual voltage set, which one plug is designed for 240 volts, and the other one 110, 120 volt, that you can use for multiple devices there, right? So, but for power metering, you want to use just one side only. So I don't think you want to use that because you're not gonna power meter on the 120. So you should be able to only power meter one side of this plug. $32, and you can build your own box with the nice display power meter, what you've seen on this video. Alright, I did forget to mention that if you use the standard cover plate, you do need to make modifications. So what I had to do in my case, I cut 3 sides here, about 5 millimeters or so around these 3 sides, and I was able to fit this meter, voltage meter perfectly, the power meter, right? So yes, it comes with a little bit of a work. You can also get the blank cover if you don't want 2 extra holes because you're not using this, and just cut out your own, just make template and cut out the hole the way you want it. And you're gonna need to pre-drill 2 little holes to connect to the box. So it's, once you figure your plug side, you will just connect to those 2 holes right there. or you can use a metal plates for extra durability, and you can cut out this toggle style and or toggle side for your power meter and use this for modern plug design, or use the standard plug. I like this actually better because they come in commercial grade 20 amp, and cut out this side for power meter. So it'll be a little more modifications, but keep in mind you can use also metal boxes, but then your price of the overall may go much higher, and you may just consider buying a ready-made box and spend about the same, but already everything like ready to go. So $32, and you can build your own box with the nice display power meter what you've seen on this video. So let me know what you think, guys. I'll leave the comment down below. I know you're gonna say about the 220 volt or 240 volt plug, but I don't mind for myself just using it because it's very commercial grade, nicely designed. I have no issue with this plug, although it's designed for 120 volt, just because of configuration of this the connectors, but it's all rated for 20 amp, and that's all I care about, just to make sure it's holding in. By the way, the temperatures on all my monitors, that ASICs at 3600 watts, totally fine on these plugs connectors. The temperatures is just air, ambient air temperature, so there is no issue whatsoever. So let me know what you think. I know you probably like that better, and I have nothing against it. It's just trying to show that there is an option. You can build a power meter box if you are really on a budget, or you still want to monitor your power and you don't have a lot of money to spend, or you're not a big farm. So anyways, let me know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.